This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports Chaco. We're down in Drogheda today for the media day for Donovan El Hadri on the 24th September. We bumped into Owen O'Neill. How are you, mate?
Yes, mate, I'm all good. It's some buzz here today. All the boxers are downstairs doing interviews. I'm up here doing one. So it just gives you that. It's not long to go. It's just under 4 weeks. Yeah. So ready to rock and excited.
We're sort of both laughing at each other here. We obviously we were about 4 minutes into the last interview and then we realised we weren't recording. So it's obviously trying to replicate sort of what we've just done. I guess it's one of them things sometimes, isn't it? But I know we only spoke a couple of weeks ago and obviously you're announcing the card. I guess at that stage there was no opponent sort of in line. Obviously you're going to be fighting 6 rounds at welterweight. I guess it sort of came out of the blue, probably more for obviously us. But what was it sort of out of the blue for you that obviously Marty Quinn was going to be your opponent?
Yeah, it came to a shock to me as well. I originally thought I was going to be fighting Dominic Donovan or Rowan Duffy. Like I thought it was going to be one of the two of them. And then Mark spoke to me about the weight. He says he didn't want me fighting domestic dust-ups until I'm at the right weight. And this is a great fight for myself to get the weight down. It's my first time fighting at 68 kilos in my whole boxing career. So the weight's good now and I'm hoping to make it sound and then after this fight get the win and just keep chipping away. You know what I mean?
Obviously I know you were on a card with Marty Quinn last year in Alicante. I think he obviously was beaten over 4 rounds. Do you know much obviously of his style? Obviously I know you probably maybe watched him obviously out in Alicante. Is there obviously anything obviously a concern with obviously Marty Quinn? I guess sometimes domestic dust-ups you obviously can't get too complacent. What do you know obviously of his boxing, and I guess sort of you believe in your own ability obviously on the fight as well?
Yeah, well, I watched him last year in Spain. He's Marty's game's a badger. He's good crack, and we'll have a laugh after the fight. But he's actually a bit like myself. Like he comes forward and he throws non-stop. But I would like to think I'm a bit more technical than him. So I'm hoping and thinking I'm going to come out with a win here, and then we're going to have a laugh after. But yeah, that's it.
And obviously the plan then, obviously potentially a Celtic title afterwards. Is there any sort of names been sort of put to you, obviously in terms of obviously Celtic title? Obviously thinking off the top of my head, I can't think of too many. It's sort of maybe at domestic level. Is there any names been put to you potentially for a Celtic title?
No names yet. As I've said, I always thought it was going to be Owen Duffy or Dominic Donovan, and then obviously Mark said to me, we need the weight down. So as I said, Steve, I'm just going to go with the flow, make 68 kilos this fight, just keep chipping away, because I think Mark could be having a show in November, so it could be a great show to fight for my first title if it's up in Belfast. You know what I mean?
And obviously fighting in TG4 or TG Cahir, obviously they call it in the south, it's obviously going to be free view all over obviously Ireland, and I think you can pretty much pick it up anywhere. I guess obviously the new age and new exposure in the sport, I guess it's probably for you a showcase that the spotlight's on you for you to put on a good performance.
Yeah, well this is my time to show people what I'm made of. It's on the big stage, it's live on TV, it's my first time fighting on TV, so I'm really excited for it, and I know I'm going to put on a good show.
I guess in some ways, obviously, it's sort of making up for obviously your fight falling through at the end of last year on the Conlon boxing card. Obviously, it's supposed to be on ESPN around the world. Obviously, the opponent decided he didn't want to get on a plane and come and fight you. Does this sort of now sort of make up for a wee bit? Obviously, you're going to be in free view all over Ireland that anybody can tune in and watch you.
Yeah, this definitely makes up for it, because Marty Quinn's from Dublin, so it's an all-Irish fight. Latimer was from Manchester, I think. So this is technically a bigger fight, like, to be honest with you. And I think it's going to be a better fight for the fans as well. So yeah, it definitely makes up for it, and I'm ready to rock.
You sort of mentioned obviously coming down to welterweight as well. Maybe there's the possibility of obviously a stoppage win. Do you obviously believe you could probably stop Marty Quinn on the 24th September?
I believe 100% I'm definitely going to beat him. If the stoppage wins it comes. But I do think me down at the right weight, like down 68 kilos, I've never made it before. The weight's going well now, like I'm going to be a different beast, like, definitely.
Well, listen, thanks very much for obviously catching up with us. We'll look forward to obviously seeing you up back north later on. We both have to travel up the road again, and I'm sure we'll obviously catch up again fight week.
Good man, Marty. Good man, mate.